Good evening. Just days after learning the pilot involved in New Mexico's deadliest hot air balloon crash had drugs in his system at the time, a lawsuit has been filed on behalf of one of the victims. News 13's Jamie Seymour is here with details.
Jess, a wrongful death suit on behalf of Marty Martinez has now been filed against ride company Hot Air Balloon Addicts and Sventado, which this balloon operated under, but also the estate of Nick Molesky, the pilot.
Just days after the release of an FAA toxicology report related to June's deadly hot air balloon crash,
negligence will be the entire basis of the claim.
The estate of the pilot, Nick Molesky, was named in a lawsuit filed Thursday.
Since he owned the balloon and operated the balloon, he's going to be liable, and therefore his estate would be liable for something he did, or potentially liable for something he did before he passed away.
All 5 people on board, including 62-year-old Molesky, were killed after the balloon hit power lines near Central and Unser before the basket plummeted. This week, the FAA's toxicology report for Molesky showed he had high levels of THC and cocaine in his blood at the time of the crash.
And the lawyers will have to work out exactly what happened and how they're going to resolve that.
Though the autopsy report is still pending, the wrongful death lawsuit was filed on behalf of Marty Martinez, a retired APD and APS officer who died alongside his wife, Mary. Though waivers were likely signed before the ride, aviation attorney Christian Pizzala says they could be challenged in light of the toxicology report.
I can't say that'll be the case here, but I think the attorneys for the family are going to argue that the waivers are not valid because negligence would have been involved in order to have, or may have been involved in order to have this type of occurrence.
Because Molesky's estate is listed in the lawsuit in addition to the operating companies he piloted under, Pizzala says this could impact anything his family would inherit, but ultimately it's up to the courts to decide.
But ultimately, these almost always settle out of court because it's not worth the cost of the litigation for the amount of money they could be arguing over at the end of the day.
The lawsuit does seek compensation for things like loss of household earnings and funeral expenses, but did not list a specific amount.
The NTSB says their investigation could take up to 24 months to complete. Pizzala says it's very likely the lawsuit may not reach a settlement until after that investigation's results are public. A future court date has not yet been set. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Jamie. The family of California woman Rosemary Woolley Phillips received $1.4 million in damages in a settlement. She died after falling from a hot air balloon near I-25 in Montano during 2007's balloon fiesta.